All right. Welcome to the No Fear Podcast. I am your host, AV. And today the topic is interracial relationships. Which partner gives up the culture? And today we have in studio a couple guests, interracial relationship couple. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Frontis Haley.
And I'm Cindy Haley.
Boom, there we go. And we're going to jump right into it. So, right off gate, I'm going to ask you two, when y'all first got together, did you know or was there any problems off gate with your friends and family about, interracial dating?
Okay, no, not none at all from mine.
I mean, I got to ask the question. I kind of know the answer, but what about you?
Well, my situation is so very different than most and any other white girl or woman that dates outside of her race. As you know, my mother remarried when I was 2. My biological father, Hispanic. My mother married Steve Tucker when I was 2.
Okay.
He is from Monroe. He is a black man. So ever since I was 2, my mother's family is from Utah. So I was never raised ever. Like now, only time I see white people is when I go to work. So I was never raised around any of my mother's family. When I was born, when my mother remarried, every uncle, cousin, grandmother, aunt, every one of them being black from my father's family. So I've grown up in that culture since I was 2 years old. Moved here where my father is from. So my whole entire family is black. So that's a very different situation to come into as a white woman, that you come into there and it's just a absolutely natural thing.
Right. So you ain't really have to give up a culture because you wasn't raised in your culture, basically.
Right.
Okay. So, Francis, well, do you have any white friends or, just...
At work?
No, somebody that's close to you to where Francis would have to, or not have to, but I don't know how you feel about being around white folk.
I mean, some of my best friends are white.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm around them every day, so I talk to them every day. I don't see no black woman.
Okay.
It's man or woman to me.
Okay.
And I've always been like that, I know how my parents and my grandparents were raised up, in the cotton fields and all that kind of stuff. That didn't never apply to me.
Okay.
So I don't use that,
Okay, so are your parents and are your grandparents and parents still living?
No.
You have any family, old school family still living that you close to?
Yeah.
Okay. So how did they respond or react to you and Cindy?
Well, they accept me.
No problem whatsoever?
None, because they accept me.
Okay.
That's the way it's going to be, You can't accept my wife, you can't accept me.
Right.
I don't do that. All the juggling faces, stuff like that. Nah.
Okay.
We have had some incidents, just like any other normal family about a conversation or whatever, but not just the black and white.
But not a race issue. And then remember that Frontis and I both grew up in Union County, so most everybody already knew me. Or they had, my dad being a pastor in Union County for 40 years, everybody pretty much already knows who we are.
Right.
So it's not like you just bring, a stranger and you kind of introduce them into your family. When I started dating Frontis, I knew almost, like a whole lot of the people.
Okay, so the thing is, in Monroe, in Union County, folk like to smile in your face, and this is my experience now. They'll smile in your face, be your friend, or pretend to be your friend, pretend like they like you or whatnot. But on the flip side, you will hear talk about, oh yeah, this
Oh, it's still like that.
Still like that.
It's still like that.
So do y'all get that on a racial thing?
Me,
No.
I don't worry about what somebody say. What they
I'm
say,
with you on that. I'm with you on that.
You say what you want to when you cross the street.
Yeah, right.
But
Don't bring it in your face.
I got one objective. As long as you just not with me or my family, and you can say what you want to say. It don't bother me.
Okay. See, that's. I think most of the black dudes that I know that they white women feel like that.
Yeah.
For the most part, the ones that didn't switch over, because I know a couple of did give up their culture just to fit in with the white family. You know what I'm saying? So that is what it is. And then, okay, so with that being said, you all have children.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to, what in the household, do you give them both sides? Both, you know what I'm saying? Do you give them both sides?
Oh yeah, because our kids both have black and white friends. So I teach my kids the same creed that I grew up under. It ain't no color. Your friend is your friend. You respect everybody.
Okay.
So seeing me kind of, I'm a juvenile. So I mean, I give it to them raw.
Okay.
I don't play no games. This is what it is. This is how I was brought up. She kind of juggle with that sometimes, but I say what I say and I mean what I say, and that's what it is. And but most of all, I teach them to respect everybody.
Okay.
And that's yes ma'am and no sir.
Okay.
And so, but our girls at home, they got respect. They love a lot. They respect people. They juggle in their own faith as well. But what I'm saying is they not hard to get along with.
Okay.
And so they not hard to make friends. But sometimes they get a little timid, and then sometimes I bring the rough out of them. So I try to keep that balance. But she say I'm hard, but nah, that's just the way it is. I'm just a man in the house.
You sure you want to mic up?
You need to mic up.
Yeah, because you saying the same stuff out.
Now, can I interject in here on this? When you say, because the way you say, ask the question one more time.
Do you give them both sides, both cultures?
Let me tell you this.
Okay.
We and I know this is gonna sound crazy, but when you say like culturally, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't have anything else to give them. I know that sounds crazy, but because when we talk about like when Frona say about discipline and stuff, that I say that he's hard, right? He is in really old school, like he disciplines like old school people discipline. Like my dad used to tell me that his grandma used to tell him, if you run, I'll shoot you. And Francis is kind of like, he never told the girls that, but he's really drives really, really hard. And I've had to learn, and I don't know that that's like a cultural or a race thing. I don't know that it's that. I just I guess just being a feminine, because I'm sure every woman, like we were just saying, I'm sure every woman brings a softer side as far as the discipline than what a man would be. And I had to learn over the years to kind of try to pull back a little bit. But with Francis, I try to say, like, we raising little girls now, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really hard with them. And, but I do try to, give the leeway, because I do know that they have to have that also.
And discipline.
Yes.
Gotcha. I mean, that's our role, to provide and protect. And protect not necessarily meaning physically all the time. Yeah. We have to prepare them for the world, for the real world. All right, so it's kind of hard to get at you, because you said at 2 years old, pretty much it's been you don't have the white culture, basically.
I don't have it.
But I see on Facebook and where, black folk be pushing the back up against you, and the way I see it is you advocate more for black folk than some black folk, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And some folk don't like that, you know what I'm saying? Because you say us and we, you use those pronouns, and folk come back at you like you ain't a part of us. Mm-hmm. But from day one,
us is we.
Yeah,
so they don't like it. That's just what it is.
Okay.
I make the us and I make the we.
Okay.
So we is one.
But they don't come. I'm saying that they don't come at you like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't that verbal on the social media or whatnot. Right. But since day one, since I met, in Icemore Lee, mm-hmm. Cindy, she's always been the only thing to make her white is her complexion. You know what I'm saying? So, but some people don't understand that. I don't know if that was offensive to you. I ain't trying to, be offensive or nothing. I understand that you.
None of it is offensive to me, okay. And that's the truth because I understand. Mm-hmm. It's just a crazy thing. Like I understand. Like when we, in Monroe growing up, we grew up in first the trailer park. Mm-hmm. In Camp Sutton, and then we grew up right there, right down there at the end of Camp Sutton. But anyways, when I went to school and stuff, I had a year between there where I got really harassed and stuff because I had a black boyfriend in school. You know what I mean? And it was just quite natural because everything around me, I went to a black church, a black school, a black neighborhood, my family black. If I had any cousins, they black. I had an uncle, Carl and Kathy, they black. I mean, I just there was no other option for me, and it has been the most amazing life. But at the same token, I understood why black women were mad at me. I did. I understood so many things. And even now, like you've seen some, maybe if we got on a political issue or something like that if you are a part of the culture, you must think like the culture thinks. Okay. And because I am at least close enough, if I think another way, I heard people come on and tell me, you laying up with black D and you sitting up there, you raising black children and and so really being aggressive. But it's a crazy kind of way that, it does not bother me at all because I understand what it is.
So when y'all go out to eat or to events or whatnot together, you have any problems?
No. It's just not like that anymore. No.
No looks, no none of that.
At least I don't notice it. Do you? I mean, I don't.
I don't.
And I promise you, almost everywhere we go, so many times, I am the only white person there. And what's crazy though? I don't even realize it. And please understand that when I say we and us, I'm not saying that I'm black. Okay. I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. Right. But what I'm saying is, these my people.
You understand?
What you want me to?
Yeah, you understand. I feel you.
This my world. Y'all are mine, and I'm yours, whether you want it or not. It's just what it is. So when I say those, I'm not saying it because she thinks she black. No, I do not. Okay. At all think that I'm black.
Welcome to the No Fear Podcast. I am your host, AB, and today the topic is interracial relationships. Which partner gives up the culture? So with the children, mine said the same thing. My daughter said pretty much the same thing. And you just got finished saying that your daughters don't have any problems making friends, or they don't really see colors or whatnot like that as children. But have you prepared them? Just because you don't see it right now, and you know what I'm saying, just because it's not in your face right now, and maybe you're not looking to see it, but I'm pretty sure it's there. You know what I'm saying?
I've talked to my kids about that several times. So
Okay.
that ain't.
So what you tell them to? How do you prepare them for? You know, you're not gonna be fully accepted by black folk, and you're not gonna be fully accepted by white folk. You just have to, you know what I'm saying?
Well, from previous experience, like it not a few times, like Milan, she had a couple white girls at her school. She said that was trying to bully her, and I think they were kind of jealous, saying little negative stuff. You know, not really racial, I don't think, but it led up to that point. But just like I told Milan, look, you don't have to accept what they say. You know, you don't have. It's not no certain person that you have to be friends with.
Okay.
Or you know, whether they black or white.
Okay.
You know, you're old enough now to be able to decipher the difference between a friend or somebody that just trying to be mean. And so, I always tell them, you know, if they not into what you into, just leave them alone.
Right.
But you know, if you get to the point where it gets racial, then you let me know, or you let the teacher know. And if the teacher can't do something, you let me know, and I'll handle it directly.
Okay.
And so, like I said, they pretty easy to get along with. They know the difference between black and white, and they know when somebody being a bully, and they know, you know, what racism is. So, because they've been in a situation where we done talk, you know, just, or looking at TV and say, why, you know, certain things, and then, because my girls express themselves very well.
Okay.
And they will tell us when something ain't right.
What ages? How
10 and 11.
Okay.
And so, you know, we talk as like family issues at home amongst ourselves, you know, about certain things, you know, just what might be going on. I'm not a social media guy.
You're right.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm just into what I'm into.
Right,
so
right.
a lot of times I just look and listen to what they got going on.
Okay.
So then if I hear something that I don't agree with, then I'll step in. But, you know, as far as, you know, I don't talk a lot until I get frustrated about certain things, and then, you know.
So let me ask you this though. When y'all sit down as a family and watch television, do you choose and pick, like, have you ever intentionally picked something that's, you know what I'm saying, that's controversial, like racially controversial, just to introduce them to what could be out there in the world, what they could run into?
Well,
and you know, on TV, they put everything on TV.
If we sitting there watch, that's what I was saying. If we sitting there watching something, and then my daughters might say, well, Dad, why did they do that? And I said, well, you know, we'll talk about it then, but you know, I ain't really the TV guy, man. I watch the news the first 48, so.
Okay.
So that's me.
Okay.
I be, you know, I ain't really the movie guy, but when I go to bed, I'm normally gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I stay up to the time for me to go to sleep. I might, every now and again, you know, but watch a movie or something like that. But I watch the same thing, man, all the time.
You sound like you set in your ways.
I am.
Okay.
And
in concrete.
Old school.
Sound like old school.
Well, that's what I was raised by, old school folks.
Okay.
My grandparents, and then, you know, and I strive on that. I might, like I say, she say I'm hard about some things, but you know, I just don't. I tell my kids, I don't play the radio. This is what this how I was raised. So I was raised by some of the best people I know.
Yeah.
And so, and I try to instill some of that in them, which sometimes me and her bump heads because she think I'm supposed to be soft. And just like even when I talk, I just think that my voice not made to be like a woman's.
Right.
I speak loud, and sometimes I speak soft. But I'm stern on what I say.
Right.
And that's just what it is.
You all right with me?
Yeah.
But can I jump in on that? What you were saying, exposing them to like parts of racism to show them right. Let me tell you, I'm not saying this is right or whether it's wrong, right? But this is my take on it. I've always been very careful, I guess would be the word, to as much as I want to introduce them to racism. And let me tell you why. Because I want to allow them to have as much of a clean slate as they possibly can. Okay. Because it's so easy to pass along preconceived even truths, even actual history. I'm not even saying like an opinion, but actual history, because although we still have many things wrong, right? Mm-hmm. I can't really explain to them about racism without telling them how evil white people are. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, and so my thing is some of that true? Of course it is, but do I want to plant that? And somebody say, well, they're gonna meet racism, and you know what I say? Well, I want to let them meet it with a clean slate. I don't want them to meet it with the history and the feelings that Fronis and I went through with the things. Because guess what? They may, but whatever it is, I want their slate to be clean so that they can deal with it however they feel. Because I am teaching them, listen, find your own solutions. Find your own. And see, there have been times I tell Fronis this. We would go somewhere, let's say we went to the park or something, just say something like that. And I remember times when we go to a park and there's a lot of white kids out there, right? And then you got my kids will run out there, maybe my grandkids. You know, my grandkids, my grandson is like extreme. You would never know he mixed. He's extremely just beautiful dark, right? They come run out and you can see the white kids like scatter. Like, I noticed that, right? And I'm looking at it, watching it, right? My kids, they are so attentive to what they're doing. They not even real, like if somebody left, they not even thinking, because see, they ain't got the thing that say, my mama said that if we show up, white people might not want to play with us. See, that they don't even have that idea. Now they have experienced it, right? But they don't even realize they're experiencing it. And I want them to be able to have those kind of healthy things where they're not in a tug of war with all the things that maybe we experience or the things that we know and stuff like that. Just want you to be able to deal with life as it comes, how you see fit. Because how you deal with it has got to be different than how I dealt with it.
Right.
Or else I failed to even bring you to a place where you can independently walk through this journey as your own self.
So, what happens when they get old enough to date and they bring home a white boy and the white guy says something that is, it'll raise your eyebrow, but since they not seeing it, they don't recognize it, but you do. What happens then?
Well, I don't know how soon that's gonna be.
Right. We thinking on down the road wide.
Yeah, okay, but you got to prepare. You got to be prepared for it.
I don't think I would have no problem with it dating, but
But you hear what the question was.
He say something like, you let's say they teenagers. You black B.
He probably gonna get shot in his ass, probably.
That ain't gonna happen because then you are out of their lives. Right. So I know you think I know you think better than that.
Yeah, but I'm gonna turn the hell out of it. You can believe that.
I can see that.
But I mean,
we would have a conversation.
So
that'd be the first and the last time that I hear that.
Okay. Okay.
But it would-
At my house, but when they're away, ain't nothing else I can do about it. But I would explain to them that this is not
Gotcha.
the way. And so, you know, me and her had some heated, you know.
Okay, going back to y'all.
times, you know, but it still, I try to instill in my kid that, you know, this ain't the way it's supposed to be. So, but because like me and Cindy go at it sometimes, she get excessive. I just like to say what I gotta say and then leave it alone. But she wanna have the last word, and sometimes I just gotta walk away from it or just leave it alone.
So, in those heated moments, this is what I've always wondered, because it ain't never happened to me. But I have witnessed it. Have you ever thought about calling him out his name, derogatory? You know what I'm saying.
Like,
have you ever thought of
wait a minute, you talking about, no.
Never thought about
I call him a whole bunch of other things because that's not, because I told you it's still, there's too much understanding to me.
So what would you do if she just formed a mouth like?
Well, she done said everything but that. But,
Right.
you know, like I said, I got.
Wait a minute, we done said it both ways now.
Okay, so it
I
don't
got
really matter.
No, because I know when times get heated, you say stuff you don't really mean. But, you know, and sometimes you do.
Yeah.
Because
That's when the truth comes out.
that's right. That's what.
But for you,
I can say that at a certain, not all the time that you get heat. Like sometimes I cuss her, and you know I be saying stuff just to, you know, get it off my chest. I'm like, man, just chill out. You know what? You know, we both cuss, but you know,
Right.
it ain't nothing that, you know.
Nothing racial.
Nah.
But
You ain't never thought about nothing racial.
Nah.
Okay.
I just like tell her, say, look, Cindy, stop bitching.
Okay.
You know, in that aspect. So, but
And
that's it. Not saying that that's what you are, but just say what you're gonna say and shut up.
Okay.
but it's never been, Cindy, sit your white ass up.
Yeah,
Never,
stuff
and me
like
never,
that.
yo, black, no, because that's just like, because then again, I tell you, like, if you're a white person and you're saying that, you have some intention when you're saying that, right?
Yep.
So that can't even be in my world because it just, you see what I'm saying? It don't even, like, I don't have that side to be intentionally, you know, racist or however you want to say it. That's why I said, when I tell you this is the best, I mean, raised the best world that could possibly be raised, because you are so almost perfectly rounded.
It's your wedding day, you're in the moment, and you're shining brighter than the sun. This is a day you should never forget. Unfortunately, memories fade over time, but I'm here to put your mind at ease with a professional video that will bring that moment back to life every time you watch it. You can even share it with family and friends so you all can smile together. Contact AV, your professional videographer, at www.avfilmsolutions.com. That's avfilmsolutions.com.
At this time, I want y'all to just, you know what I'm saying, if there was a message to give to interracial couples to prepare them for, I guess, a world that you know about but hadn't really experienced, what advice, or going back to the original question, what advice would you give each partner, which as far as giving up the culture just to fit in with the family or the friends or whatnot like that, you know? Well, because again, most interracial couples can't be themselves.
Right.
Each partner can't be themselves. You know what I'm saying? And be accepted. So, what would you say to them? To a black male who feels like he has to give up his culture, part of his culture, just to fit in with his partner's white side, I guess you could say.
Well, what I would say, believe in yourself. If you can't be yourself around her or her side of the family or around your side of the family, I mean, it's got to be the connection with me. And so if you feel like this is who you're going to grow with, and 100% that you know that, I would say just, it's okay to cater to certain things that other people like in their cultures. That's okay, but as far as trying to change your lifestyle to just to connect with somebody else, hell with that. I could change for her, but as far as anybody else, you like it or you gotta love it, cause this is where I'm gonna be. I'm gonna sleep with her, not you.
Right.
And so I would say, you can adjust some things if that's what you feel that that you might need to do to get along better. But no, I'm not gonna change my whole dialect just to accommodate somebody else's feelings. Now, I mean, I know what creed and culture I come from, and I'm trying to understand and learn hers at the same time. But yeah, some things that it's okay to adjust, but no, I'm not gonna change, to fit somebody else's lifestyle.
So with that being said, though, when you try to adjust, if you adjust for so long, it becomes a part of you.
Nah.
You don't believe that?
Because I ain't gonna do that. But
Not you.
I know I'm gonna adjust. I'm gonna adjust to what I'm gonna adjust to.
Okay.
And then when I give you what I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna let you know that's it. So whatever else you can't handle, then that's on you. Because I'm giving you what I got now.
Okay.
And so, at the same aspect, trying to respect, but like I said, I tweak it a little bit, but
You not gonna change.
For her, the family, hey, like I said, I'll adjust to deal with you guys. But if I'm changing, it's gonna be for her and our family. So the rest of that don't even pertain to me. So I'm giving you what I got, and this is who I am. And so if you can't accept who I am, then that's it.
Well, is that the same way you would approach a job? Let's say a white, what they call it, a blue collar job? No, a white collar job. Where you're in the office or whatever. I don't know which one it is.
I guess it would be
white collar job. So some people adjust. They go in with their white voice, but it's really a professional voice. You know what I'm saying? Some people adjust like that. Some people go into relationships like that and adjust the exact same way just to fit in.
Nah, because when me and Cindy met, I gave it to her raw. This is who I am.
Okay.
So this is what you gonna get.
Right. Now I understand that. I understand
listen,
where you
I'm straight up. I ain't juggling with none of that. I'm down to the point. Look, this is what you gonna get.
But his adjustments that he talking about being around my family, it still had nothing to do with culture or race.
But I understand the dynamics with y'all because he didn't have to adjust. You didn't even have to adjust.
Yeah.
So
I know some of her family members that I met. I know we do things different, and that's okay.
What you mean? Wait a minute.
Like,
We talking about the white family members?
yeah, just like I know. Just like at first with me and Mimo, it was kind of like a little bump because I just had to adjust to how she think or how she do certain things, or not
Not cultural wise, but just personal wise, I guess you could say.
I guess the cultural fact really didn't even play that part because we came in with arms open, you know what I mean? But I just certain kind of stuff that I know Mimo, she like kind of critique about how she want to keep the house, or or kind of like the noise, or
Understood.
or just little petty stuff. Not nothing really. We didn't really have to get into nothing really deep because we I guess we came in with open arms on both sides. She told me how she felt, and
What you mean? She tell you how she felt about y'all?
yeah. I mean, as far as because she just asked me was I really done with. I used to be in a different marriage before me and Cindy met, and so She's like, you sure this is what you want? Because I don't want you to hurt my daughter. I was like, yeah, I mean, that's cool. She said, well, you know, I love my daughter. And she said, but, you know, and I understood that. But that other than that, we ain't never had no problem.
Okay. All right.
So, you know.
Any adjustment that Francis have ever had to make around my parents was just the hardness. Francis a hard man.
Okay.
And
You don't like it?
of course I like it. I'm still here. But what I'm saying, but what we've been together 12 years, married for 2.
Okay.
Yeah. But when he say he make an adjustment around my parents, has nothing to do with culture. It is because anybody who know Francis is just a hard man, and it's a way that you wouldn't. Like the way Francis relates to us at home is a little bit different than how he relate around my parents. You know what I'm saying? Because at home he a little real like old fashioned and hard and rough. You know, and my daddy used to be like that too. My daddy was like, before my daddy got older, really softened up a lot, and so he may not like do certain things like. Or say certain things when my parents are around. That's probably the kind of adjustment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you cuss around our parents?
Not no hard stuff, but
Yeah.
I'll say shit or damn or something like that, you know. Yeah, man.
Okay. So you adjust that part.
Oh yeah. I definitely respect them.
I was just getting ready.
And also because my dad, you know, they're pastors. So there's also brings a kind of respect in there that you don't just want like, you know.
But me and Pop talk about certain things that she don't even got to know about. She don't need to know about. You know, he at the end of the day, he's still a man. That's it. We talk. He respect me and he understand me just like I respect and understand him. So yeah, we ain't never had no falling out.
Right.
No, he have said, son, maybe a couple times, son, we might need to do this or we might talk about something different. But it ain't never been nothing that we couldn't just
talk out.
Yeah. He ain't,
Okay.
He ain't never been nothing like that because he done said a couple things that he disagreed on when we talked about it, and he told me why, and I told him why I did it. And it was that. He said, well, maybe you need to try it this way.
And men take up for men.
So
let's get off
the
that.
advice that you would give.
Oh, okay. Let's go back to that. Yeah.
The
Okay.
advice that you would give to a female,
a white female,
about giving up the culture, not giving up the culture, in order to fit in with the other person.
I have two suggestions simultaneously.
Okay.
What Dr. Umar said. You know what Dr. Umar said about interracial relationships?
Oh, he didn't say everything.
Don't do it.
That's right. That's what he said. But
Okay. But I agree with him.
You say don't do it.
Don't do it. And I also agree with you love who you love. I have both of those opinions. Yes, I have them both at the same time.
You saying do not do an interracial relationship.
Right. And I'm saying love who you love at the same time. Because this is my thing. I have watched a lot of interracial relationships, right? Because how many people do you know that have the story that I have? How many white people do you know?
I don't.
You don't. I don't either. None.
Okay.
None of them. Any white women that I know that date or are married or in a relationship with a black man, they daddy don't like black men. Or my grandpa still used the N-word. He was racist. So many things. And I want to say this is going to be kind of strange for me to say this. And you would have to understand what I mean, because I know this is kind of crazy. But almost every white person that I know has, I don't want to say racism, but has a double, like, I watch a lot, like I would say, I'm just going to use the example at work, right? I watch a lot of my white counterparts, right? And I watch how they interact with black people. It's different.
Okay.
It's different. It's less than. It just is. Everyone, I'm telling you. And so what I'm saying is that I agree with Dr. Umar that says don't date outside your race. And at the exact same token, I think that you love who you love. If it is genuine love, then that's just what it is.
Okay.
Because it just comes with so many things that, you know, it's very hard to understand, and you can't and never will understand.
Just answer the question.
I'm answering it. These things can't be answered with a yes or no. You see what I'm saying? Don't you want me to expound?
Yeah, I want you to expound on it, because that was, so you said, let me see if I'm getting this right. Basically, you would be against integration.
No.
Well, I ain't understanding.
I'm not. I told you. I agree with these things at the same time. I really do agree with them at the same time. And I know it seemed kind of crazy, but.
So how? Okay, so all right. You just said you agree with Dr. Umar.
Right.
Dr. Umar, whole thing is separation. Don't, you stick with your people.
Mm-hmm.
That's not integration. That's separation.
Right.
Segregation,
Right.
whatever you want to call it. Then you said you love who you love.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not around the opposite race, you don't have the opportunity to love, to fall in love outside your race.
That's true. But like, let me see. If I hear a lot of people, a lot of black men on Facebook can say, I would never date nothing but black women.
Mm-hmm.
I would never date a white woman.
Okay.
But then you also
I
got
agree.
all these black men out here that say they would date nothing but.
And you know
white
what I
women.
say? Usually if it's one of my friends that say I won't date nothing but white women, you know what I put down there? That's ridiculous. I agree with Umar when he said black men should date black women and preserve the race. I agree with you. Then I also agree with somebody who says if you fall in love with a white woman, then that's who you fall in love with. And I say I agree with that at the same time. Having that kind of thinking, I have that a lot. That is one of the things that I think why a lot of people, I don't think that nobody does not like me, but that is one of the things that people, that most people probably don't, I'm saying like just for a lack of another word. I do not think that people dislike me, but maybe don't like me because that is how I think. I think those things at the same time. I want to have them both at the same time. I don't want you to ever make me choose. I get to be where I want to be at. You know what I'm saying? I get to be totally a part of the black culture without your permission. Cause that's just what it is.
Well, you heard it here. No fear. Say what you say. I would like to say that I like y'all relationship. You know what I'm saying? I like that. Based on what you post, I understand that, y'all work together with the children and it really works. You don't post nothing about your relationship, but you do post with the kids. You know what I'm saying? Well, at least that's what I see anyway. And that's I like that. I really respect that. More power to you. And now we're gonna wrap it up. That being said, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank y'all for coming. And hey, y'all more than welcome to come back anytime on sometime. on anything. It ain't necessarily got to be on the podcast, man. Y'all some good company, you know what I'm saying? I like the way y'all think. And that's the way it is. All right. That is it.